Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we are not going to talk about what we are going to learn, but we are going to talk about that we have learned, we have already learned. Yes, maybe we are going to see that those subject matters also have some details. Okay, we have finished the first uh, five tours of harmony, 3 advanced level, and this is the last tour, the sixth tour of harmony 3. Okay, and after this, of course, uh, we are not mention the subject matters of speech patterns or English, the elementary, intermediate, advanced level subject matters of English, but we are going to, or we have to talk about some topics, and we have to try to express our opinions about those topics. And of course, while we are expressing our own topics, opinions about them, we should learn something new about, of course, new words or new phrases, etc., etc. Okay, now without wasting time, let me share the first presentation of this tour, the last tour, the sixth, tour 6, with its 10 trips. Okay. Yes, hello and welcome back. Yes, this is, as I said, tour 6. It will be about, as you see, be able to. You already know be able to as can. Yes, can means be able to, and we can also use it in the past form, in the future form. For example, I was able to see my old friend yesterday. I will be able to buy a second car tomorrow, for example. I will be able to. Okay. Now, connected with be able to, there are some extremely useful expressions, for example, manage to, cope with, succeed in doing something, etc., etc. And then in this tour, of course, with the following, 10 trips, 10 presentations, including this one, we will talk about those subject matters that we have learned before. Okay, for example, how? By doing, yes. Suggestions, how can we suggest? You know them, in fact. Okay, regrets and hypotheses. We are going to focus on hypothesis and hypothesizing about the present, future, or past. Yes, neither you know the subject matter from the intermediate level, and possibly, for example, this is really important for us, possibly plus a sentence. Possibly you are very happy today. Possibly your friend will come today from Nevada, for example. Yes, perfect modals, again, they are really important. As I said at the beginning of this program, modal sentences are one fourth of English. Yes. In the passive form, of course, we can use them, or we use them, they are used in passive forms as well. And infinitive gerunds, we talked about them. We mentioned infinitives and gerunds all in elementary level, intermediate level, and advanced level. Now, this is the fourth time. This is the fourth time that we will mention infinitives and gerunds, and then, of course, however, means from but group conjunctions and used to. I'm sure that you already know used to, which means a phrase that we use it to talk about the past habits that we or somebody always or usually did in the past, but not at present. Okay. Okay, yes. And of course, as I said, now from this point on, from now on, it's a matter of talking about innumerable, yes, many aspects of life. Yes, we should be able to talk about many aspects of life, because in order to, for example, speak English fluently, we have to be ready. We have to be ready, all physically, psychologically, mentally, to take messages from the other people and to send messages to them, to respond to them, to reply to them, to show our reaction to them. Yes, we should be ready for them. So let's take a quick look at them. As you see, Harmon 4 includes a speaking club discussion topics. Yes. For example, identity, talking about identity of an individual, accommodation, a roof over our head, for example. Habits and culture, this is really a humane topic. Habits of people, habits of societies, communities, yes, and cultures, business world, making and managing money, advertising, shopping, first impression needs to be a lasting one, jobs, problems, solutions, introverts, extroverts, and personality types. Art is between discipline and freedom. Discipline may mean science here, yes, and freedom may mean ethics, happy medium and moderation. Hunger for what? Yes, hunger for what? Eating habits, traditional eating habits, modern eating habits. Yes, they are really worth talking about, thinking about, and talking about. Sport is good for you, for example. Health therapy in general, doing a favor, personality development, having fun, heroes, civilization, yes, cultures and civilizations, stages of life, turning points in life, dreams come true if, yes, if you do this, and this, your dreams come true. So when do they come true? Isn't it worth discussing about, talking about? Yes, television programs, internet world, the present, the media, communication, minerals, plants, animals, human beings, ecological issues, learning, intelligence, education, friendship, family issues, true love, brainstorming. Yes, of course, all of them are about brainstorming, but we should focus on brainstorming itself. What may brainstorming mean? perspectives, risk-taking, body, mind, memory, crime prevention, ethical values within the law. We do have transportation, tourism, history, innovation, inspiration, happiness, caliber and competence based on confidence. Yeah, this is really three aspects of human good character. Caliber include shows caliber shows the virtues, yes, virtues, good qualities, and competence shows the ability of doing something, succeeding something, being proficient at, being good at something, being competent at, yes, being competent at something, and confidence. Confidence is extremely important, so we cannot give value to caliber and competence without confidence. Why? Why is that so important that both of them are based on confidence? If there is confidence, then competence is competence, caliber is real caliber. So these are all our discussion topics, negotiation topics, and I really think that they are aspects of life. Every single of them symbolizes a specific aspect of life of us. Okay, now without explaining subject matters of English as beginner, elementary, intermediate, advanced, we are directly focused on those topics, and we are going to try to use what we have learned in English to express our opinions, to express our messages, to express what we have in our minds and hearts. Okay, let's say this and go ahead for now. Of course, we are going to start discussing them after finishing the following 10 presentation, including this. Okay. Yes, as I said before, this presentation this video will be about can be able to plus manage to. Yes, you can say that they all mean the same. But of course, there are some nuances, especially between be able to and manage to. There are really a great nuances. Okay, perhaps the gift says, perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery. So please answer our questions so that you may be able to help us help somebody do something, or you may be able to help us to solve is also possible. Help us to solve a mystery. Okay, this is the first page of our presentation. As you see, yes, be able to also means manage to do, cope with doing something, succeed in doing something, deal with doing something, but manage to do, able to do something, be able to do. Hassan is able to learn. Yes, you can change it into all of them, okay, and they will be 100% true. For example, Hassan is able to learn a foreign language. Hassan manages to learn, or will manage to learn. Hassan will be able to learn. Hassan will manage to learn a foreign language. Hassan manages to learn a foreign language. Hassan copes with, okay? Hassan copes with present tense. Let's because it is present tense of to be. Hassan is able to learn a foreign language. Let's uh, substitute it with cope with. Hassan copes with. Okay, Hassan copes with learning a foreign language. Hassan succeeds in. Hassan succeeds in learning a foreign language. Hassan deals with learning a foreign language. But Hassan is able to learn. Hassan manages to learn a foreign language. I am sure about this. Okay, is he able to learn? Is he able to learn four foreign languages, or does he manage? Does he manage to learn four foreign languages? Yes, he does. Or yes, he manages to learn four foreign languages. Yes, he is able to. Yes, he is able to learn four foreign languages, including French, English, German, and Arabic. Okay. If says, how did you manage? How did you manage to make this about you? How did you manage to make this about you? Okay. How did you manage? How did you manage to do it? How did you manage to make it? How were you able to discipline yourself? How were you able to discipline yourself? Or how did you, okay, like just like this, how did you manage to discipline yourself? Yeah, it inspires us that disciplining self is really or extremely hard, difficult, tough. So instead of using how were you able to discipline yourself, it is better, we say that it is better to say, how did you manage to? How did you manage to discipline yourself, your ego? Although everybody knows that it is extremely difficult. How did you manage to do it? How did you manage to discipline yourself? How did you deal with disciplining yourself? How did you cope with disciplining yourself? What was the other? How did you succeed? How did you succeed in disciplining yourself? These are extremely important, and we really, maybe that is the reason why we sometimes we silence our speech. Yeah, during our speech, we have to stop because of those nuances. We want to, for example, succeeding something that extremely difficult, but we see that be able to is becomes weak here. So we need to use a stronger expression than these are helpful to us. Okay, so we say, how did you manage to discipline yourself? How did you succeed in? How did you succeed in disciplining yourself? How did you cope with disciplining yourself? Okay, let's go ahead. Now, second dialogue. For example, let's try to feel that little but extremely important difference. Okay. Or we say, although they are the same, although they have the same function. Okay. To express ability of doing something. Yeah. Okay, dialogue two. For example, I am unable to, the opposite of able to. Okay, I am unable to look after the two rabbits. Yes, means I can't look after. Okay, I am not able to. I am not able to look after the two rabbits. I am unable to look after the two rabbits. Are you able? Are you able or unable to look after your pigeons? I am. I am able to look after my pigeons because looking after them is my favorite hobby. Okay. Now, verb plus able. This is very, you know, this is very practical and famous, and you can put able in the pronunciation of able, uh, almost 90%, yeah, 90% after all the verbs in English. It is really practical. For example, discipline, disciplinable. Okay, write, writable, read, readable, drink, drinkable, drinkable water. Yes, they change into adjectives. So if you put able after a verb in English, it becomes an adjective. For example, uh, talkable, approachable. Yes, Mahmoud Bey is an approachable person. Approachable, acceptable, acceptable, unacceptable. Okay. Yes, verb plus able. Anger is controllable. Disciplinable. Anger is controllable, disciplinable, or trainable. Yes, trainable. Control. Yes, but how shall I succeed it? How shall I succeed it? Okay. Now, what can I control? A circle of control to reduce anxiety for kids and adults. So things that we can control are my attitude. Yes, I can control my attitude. I can control my behavior. I can control my mood or my psychological state. But I can't control weather. I can control economy, politics, exams, other behaviors. Yes, so they are out of my control. But I have to control my behavior, my attitude, and my uh, mindset. Yes. Okay. Now, yes, let's take a look at again the not prefix, suffix. Yes, suffix able. Okay, for example, change plus able, and it becomes change is a verb, and able is a suffix, and change able comes after change, and it is read like this: changeable. Yes, noticeable, forcible, legible, reliable, horrible, adorable, adorable. Yeah, there is the stress. Adorable, responsible, flexible, able. Yes, becomes able, flexible, readable, drinkable. Okay. Now, what does dictionary say about be able to? Be able to do something or to know how to do something means have the ability to do something, be capable of doing, be equipped to do something, know how to do something. This is really becomes a motto for us. Know how to do something, know how to be something, know how to have something, know how to learn English, know how to acquire English, know how to do something, know how to do something. Be in the position to do something, be in a position to do something. Yes, able Of course, we read it. Able, fit to be, fit to be, or fit to do, fit to have, fit to fit, suitable, yes, fit to be, drinkable, fit to drink. It means fit to drink, yes, suitable to drink, suitable to drink. Buyable, buyable means fit or able to be bought, able to be bought, can be bought. Reflect on means think carefully about something or to say something that you have been thinking about. Ponder is excellent, is an excellent verb. Yes, ponder. Contemplate, contemplate, wonder about, yes, wonder about, deliberate, and meditate. Yes, meditate also have the same meaning with ponder, contemplate, wonder about, deliberate. Deliberate is the adjective form, but deliberate means meditate. Yeah, meditate, meditate. Of course, there are nuances between them again. Meditate, not on one day. Meditate, meditation. Yes, it is very popular these days. Meditation. Okay, we describe adjective drinkable as fit to drink or able to drink, able to drink. How do we describe adjective eatable? Yes, we describe adjective eatable as fit to eat, or it is fit, suitable to eat. Yes, eatable. Fit to be eaten, yeah, it is suitable to be eaten, suitable to be. What is the difference between suitable? It is suitable to eat, it is suitable to be eaten. Yes, I think both, it is the same in Turkish as well, we use both of them. Okay. Now, dialogue 3, I haven't been able, yet be able to, but we can also use it in perfect tenses, in past, present, future, future perfect, future continuous, yeah, okay. I haven't been able to find a job. I wasn't able to find a job last year, and I haven't been able to find a job since last year. Okay. When do you think I will be able to? When do you think I shall be able to? I shall be able to find a suitable one. Yes, I think you will be able to find a suitable one after the spring, at the beginning of summer. Yes, how can you describe a findable job? How can you describe a findable job like? No, like is unnecessary here, I think. How can you describe a findable job is enough, yes. Or we can say, how is a findable job like? Okay, how is a findable job like? Or how can you describe a findable job? Yes, I can describe a findable job as a hard job, as a difficult job, but a well-paid job. Yes. Okay. A well-paid but difficult job. I can describe a findable job as a well-paid but difficult job. Okay. Oh, there are a lot of images. What do they say? The perfect job is a good salary. Yeah, a perfect job provides you, gives you, yes, gives you a good salary, benefits, and job security. Of course, a perfect job has job security and etc. etc. Dream job, yes, dream job this way. If you find, if you find, if you want to find your dream job, you should go this way. You should follow this way. Okay, will I be able to? Shall I be able to find a new job if my green card expires? Yes, of course. Don't worry about it. Relax. Of course, you will be able to. You will be able to find a new job if your green card expires. Okay, but if you lose your if you lose your hope, you shan't be, okay? You shan't be able to find a new job, but keep your hope. So you shouldn't lose your hope if you want to find a new job. Okay. Now dialogue 4. What shall we take a look at gifts? Okay. Control, self-control. Oh, self-control also includes willpower, confidence, determination, calmness, and well, I couldn't read it. Okay. Now, Napoleon Hill, American writer, said before you can control conditions around you or you are in, you must first control yourself. You should have the ability of self-control. And he also said the starting point of all achievement is desire. It means if you desire to do something, you will certainly do it. If you want to do something, you will certainly do it. You will certainly have it. You will certainly become. Okay. But what about, for example, the starting point of all achievement is desire. What about intelligence, wisdom? What about wisdom? I think at the starting point of something, we also need wisdom after desire. Yes, desire is necessary at the beginning of something. Desire is necessary, but wisdom, we also need wisdom. But what about courage? Yes, I think the starting point of all achievement is desire, wisdom, and courage, and confidence. Yeah, confidence. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now let's read the dialogue. You are able to control. You are able to control the others. You are able to control the others well. Why aren't you able to control yourself well? Because it is extremely difficult. It is extremely hard to control my ego, to control myself. Of course, different answers may be given in a discussion atmosphere. Okay, dialogue 5. I am able to reflect on my behaviors. However, I am not able to reflect on my mistakes. Yes. Why is it difficult to reflect on our feelings, tendencies, and failures? Yeah, it is difficult to reflect on our feelings, tendencies, and failures because we don't want to see our deficiencies, our mistakes, our errors. Yes, we don't want to see our own mistakes. Okay. But of course, we should surpass. Yes, we should surpass it. We should go beyond. We should go beyond that obstacle. It's a kind of obstacle. Not being able to see our mistakes is an obstacle. in front of our perfection. Okay, 6, they send a satellite. Okay, oh, wow, they send a satellite every year, for example. Every year, they send a satellite, which is a machine into space, and it goes around the Earth or Moon. Okay. Who manages to send it there? Who manages to send it there? Uh, yes, it doesn't ask for it. Who is able to? Who is able to send it there? Doesn't ask. A, B, huh? This is A doesn't ask as who is able to send, but he asks who manages to send it there. So uh, X company, XYZ company, okay, XYZ company manages to send it there. Yeah, congratulations. Okay, although it is very difficult, they manages. We say we should take the word company both as singular and plural. Okay, so they manage to send a satellite every year, or that company or it manages to send a satellite into space every year. So as you know, let's also acquire this artificial satellite, man-made satellite, scientifically made satellite, and natural satellite. For example, Moon is the satellite of our Earth. Yes, and orbit, orbit. Moon has an orbit that it turns on that orbit. Our moon turns around our planet Earth on that orbit. Okay. When did they manage? In the simple past tense, for example, when did they manage to send? When did they manage to send the Hubble Space Telescope into the Earth orbit? So we learn from the sentence that Hubble Space Telescope is in the Earth orbit. Okay, it is still there. It is not in the Moon orbit, but it is in the Earth orbit. Yes. Now, when did they manage to send, or when were they able to? But because it is a serious and difficult task, by which one do we choose? Everybody does like this. Everybody chooses manage to instead of be able to. Although be able to also expresses 100% true message. So when did they manage to send the Hubble Space Telescope into the Earth orbit? They managed, okay? They managed to send it into the Earth orbit in 1990. Okay, now again, as a vocabulary note, just a single manage as a single verb. Manage means succeed in doing something difficult, especially after trying very hard, succeed in dealing with problems, living in a difficult situation. So what does succeed in mean? You can guess it easily. Succeed in means succeed. Do what you tried. Do what you tried or wanted to do. Deal with something or somebody, and take the necessary action, especially in order to solve a problem. Yes, deal with also handle a problem, manage a problem, control a problem, overcome a problem, Rise above. Yeah, it's really nice. Like olive oil. Olive oil always rises above water. So we should always rise above problems. Yes, we should rise above problems. We should manage problems. We should handle problems. They are all 100% true sentences. We should control our problems. We should overcome our problems. We should look in the eye of our problems, yeah, with courage. Look in the eye of problems. We should face our problems. We should confront our problems or triumph over our problems. These are excellent sentences that can be produced related to succeed something or succeed in doing something. Succeed something or succeed in doing something. Again, let's remember those famous expressions. Manage to do something, cope with doing something, succeed in doing something, being something, having something. Doing, sorry, deal with, again, doing, being, having something. Cope with, let's start. Cope with means manage in spite of difficulty. Yes, I really advise you to look them up one by one in dictionary as manage, succeed, cope, yeah, deal with, okay, and handle, manage, control, overcome, rise above. I really advise you to look each of them in the dictionary. For example, a practical example, the child was crying. I wasn't able to stop his crying. I didn't manage to stop his crying. I didn't cope with, I didn't cope with stopping. I didn't cope with stopping his crying, or I didn't deal with stopping his crying successfully, uh, or in short, of course, I couldn't stop his crying. Let's go ahead. Okay, all right. Okay, for example, I didn't manage to cross the street last Sunday because of the huge crowd or because of the heavy traffic. I didn't manage to cross the street because of the huge crowd. So do you prefer saying I wasn't able to manage to cross the street or I didn't manage to? I didn't manage to cross the street because of the huge crowd or cope with. I didn't cope with crossing the street. Okay. 7. Last night, Nergis was exhausted, but still managed a smile. How was Yasin? Yes, managed now. Manage a smile or manage to smile. Smile, as you know, both noun and verb. How was Yasemin? Yasemin was also exhausted, but unfortunately she didn't manage a smile. Negative is also possible. 8, is there any chance you might wait for the guests? I think I'll manage 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, I think I'll manage 2 or 3 hours in that kind of situations. Can I help somebody to do something or do something? Can I help you to change the tire? That's okay. I will manage it. Yeah, I will handle it. Instead of saying, I will rise above it, but I will manage it and I will handle it, I think they are more practical. Can I help you change your car? Can I help you to change your car? Can I help you change your car? No, thanks. That's okay. Uh, I will manage it. I'll handle it. I'll handle it easily. Okay. Your grandfather is very old and he is barely able to walk. Can he take care of the baby? He can barely take care of it. He can hardly take care of it. Almost never. By whom is that old singer being managed? Yeah, being the manager of somebody. Yes, some people are the managers of some other people, manager. By whom is that old singer being managed? That old singer is being managed by uh, Reynaldo. Okay. Was your football team badly or well managed last year? Thank God our football team was well managed last year. Who was asked to manage Galatasaray this year? Turan Taşkoparan was asked to manage Galatasaray this year. Okay. Now, as you see, is in case there is difficulty. Okay. On the condition, if there is difficulty, in case there is difficulty, on condition that there is difficulty. In case of difficulty, manage to is used instead of be able to. For example, Joe managed to cross the desert. Yeah, I think it is weaker. It is weaker to say Joe was managed to cross the desert. Of course, it is better to say it is extremely difficult to cross a desert, to walk across a desert, etc. But Joe managed to cross the desert. You can, I really advise you to substitute, to re-express, to rewrite that sentence with the other, cope with, succeeding, deal with, etc., etc. Okay, 11. I didn't manage to persuade him for days. How did you manage to persuade him to stay here in one day? Uh, I, uh, I managed, yes, you are right. I managed to persuade him to stay here in one day by talking to him kindly and politely. Just this. Okay. It's all about this, being kind and being gentle. 12a, I've got psychological and financial problems. I've got psychological and financial problems. He managed to say, although it is difficult to say that I've got psychological and financial problems, he managed to say. What did you say? I said, don't worry, you deal effectively with them. You deal with them successfully, or you deal effectively with them. You deal with them effectively. What did you say? I said, don't worry, you will rise above them easily. Okay. Now the gift says, it's a motto, it's a quote. If you are feeling good, don't worry. You will get over it. So it is really excellent. Feeling good does not mean that you are always in an ideal situation. Yeah, Yorgi Berra. Sometimes feeling feeling negative helps us a lot. Maybe to make important decisions. Okay. London, Paris, and Amsterdam. 13. I will manage to. I will manage to visit 3 cities in one day. How many people will you manage to contact in one day? It is difficult to contact 10 people in one day because of my business, but I will manage to contact 40 people in one day. Although it is difficult to contact, contact 10 people in one day. So contacting 40 people is much more difficult than, of course, than contacting 10 people. Okay. I have managed to find a flat to rent in Istanbul. Where have you managed to find one? Thank God I have managed to find one in Amsterdam. Semra manages to look after 20 children under 5. How many old women does Lale manage to look after? Yeah, Lale manages to look after 10 old people. How many old women? 10 old women. Okay. Who manages to look after all these pets here? My friend Joe manages to look after all these pets here. I don't think they are going to manage to reach that island before winter. I don't think they are going to manage to reach that island before winter. When will they manage to return safe and sound? I am sure they will manage. They will manage to return safe and sound next month. Now, succeed in doing something, or in something, or succeed something. Okay. Ömer has succeeded in losing weight. Who has succeeded in keeping fit? Yes, Murat has succeeded in keeping fit for 20 years. He is 40 years now, but he has succeeded in keeping fit for 20 years. I am sure Ethan will succeed in reading those 2 books about the causes of global problems. Who will succeed in writing an article about global warming? Yes, you can. Just subject. Erhan will succeed in writing an article about global warming. Just to repeat the sentence and the message again and again. Of course, it is useful to make sentences. 19. I think our manager will succeed in increasing the profits by 30%. Why do you think he will not succeed in managing the new department? Yes, I think he will not succeed in managing the new department because he has enough to do here. 20, dialogue 20, parents cope with 4 or 5 children. Why doesn't a single parent cope with 4 or 5 children? Because he or she is alone. When somebody is alone, it becomes more difficult, of course. So a single parent does not cope with 4 or 5 children. Okay. 21, I am sure Ufuk will cope with both working and going to school. Yes, I think so too. How will he cope with helping a friend as well? Because Ufuk is a helpful person, I am sure he will cope with helping a friend as well. Because he is both hardworking and helpful. 22, the image says how to earn money while staying at home. from home office. Okay, 22. Men must cope with both earning money and taking care of the family. What must women cope with? Of course, women must cope with training children, cooking, cleaning, etc., etc. Okay, 23A. They said they had to cope with the problems of homelessness. Yeah, they said they had to cope with the problems of homelessness. What kind of problem did they also say that they had to cope with? They also said that they had to cope with the environmental problems. Okay, will we overcome, will we get over, will we get through this situation or not? Don't worry, relax. You will get through this situation successfully, effectively, easily. Okay, just relax. We will get through this. We will get through this. We will overcome this. We will rise above this. This. Yeah. Now, class notice board, deal with. Furkan will deal with the projects adequately. Yeah, I really advise you to memorize that. Adequately, successfully, effectively. There is one more, but I couldn't remember. Yeah. All suitable adverbs of manner. Okay, Furkan will deal with this projects adequately. Who will deal with the notice board successfully? Yasemin will deal with the notice board successfully, effectively, adequately. Hussein is going to deal with this problem effectively. Who do you think will deal with problem mathematically? Okay, yes, add this one as well. Okay. Who do you think will deal with this problem mathematically? Sezai Bey will deal with this problem mathematically. Mathematically speaking, MS. Okay, let's read the images first. I feel angry. Okay, coping with hatred. Oh, hatred, they say that, the experts say that hatred is not a simple feeling. It is a complex and complicated feeling. So it is extremely difficult to deal with, hatred. But they also say it is easy to deal with, to cope with, or to rise above, to control, to discipline anger, fury, anger. Why? Because they say that it is a simple feeling, so it is controllable. Anger is controllable, but hatred is almost uh, not controllable. So, okay, it's possible to deal with. It is possible to deal with the feeling of anger as it is simple and controllable, trainable, disciplinable. Why is it almost impossible to deal with the feeling of hate? Yes, it is almost impossible to deal with the feeling of hate because it is not simple, or as it is not simple, as it is complex and okay. Yes. Now quiz time. Tour 6, trip 1. Okay, question 1. In order to understand the article well, the former one blank read carefully. Do you feel the need of it is good that we have learned the passive voice? Yeah, passive voice is extremely important. The former article must be read carefully first and foremost. Fikriye blank you in Ankara yesterday because she was in London then. Yes, also, do you see the importance of modal perfects? Okay. Fikriye can't have seen you in Ankara yesterday because she was in London then. Yesterday. She was in London yesterday. She was in London then. What type of car does Serkan buy? I don't know. Perhaps he bought a four-wheel drive Vitara. Oh, he must have saved a lot of money then. Yes, last month. He must have saved 90%. He could have saved 70%. He might have saved 20%. He must have saved a lot of money then. What time do you expect? What time do you expect the game to finish? What time do you expect the game to finish? So, uh, I really don't know. I really don't know. Okay, is the best answer. What time do you expect the game to finish? I really don't know. What time the game finishes. Okay. 5. They had never visited the Blue Mosque with us before. So they had not. It means had not. They had never visited the Blue Mosque before us before. Had they? Now, vocabulary building time. It's time to build our vocabulary to make rich. Okay, our vocabulary. Balance both as a verb and nouns. It is really important. A way by comparing apparent, clear harmony between different things. Emphasize as a verb means stress, give importance to something, emphasize something. Demanding as an adjective means insistently requesting, claiming in an authoritative manner, tiring, challenging, demanding. Oh, demanding also means challenging. Of course, there might be some what in French word nuances between them. Okay, demanding, challenging, tiring, in an authoritative way, authoritative way, claiming, yes, insistently requesting. Okay. Being challenging as an adjective, being difficult in an interesting or enjoyable way. Interesting or enjoyable way. Being a challenge. Yes, although there is difficulty, there is hardness, there is an exciting, there is an attraction. Okay. Being a challenge, being demanding. Okay. Be tired of, bored with something because it is no longer interesting or has become annoying. Okay. Colleague, someone who work with you, and you have the same position at work. Okay. Colleague. Work fellow, no, you may not have the same position, but you work at the same place. Companion in work, co-worker, colleague. Of course, your work fellow, your colleague is also your work fellow, but each of your work fellow is not a colleague of you. Okay. Or yoke fellow, yoke mate, associate is also common. fellow worker, fellow worker. Work fellow, fellow worker. Okay. Jeffrey has found the balance. It is really important. Jeffrey has found the balance as he always gives enough time to all the important areas of life. Why hasn't Kathleen found the balance? Because she isn't aware of the importance of important areas of life. So Kathleen hasn't found the balance in life, or balance between work and life. Metin Bey gives importance to his family and friends besides his work. Who doesn't give importance to his family and friends? Kathleen doesn't give importance to his family and friends. Who has a balanced life? Yasemin has a balanced life. So, 8 elements of a healthy, well-balanced life. Of course, every good thing is based on good standards, good principles. Suna has a demanding job. Demanding here, do you see that? Requiring, wanting effort. Suna has a demanding job and works long hours. When she finally gets home, she's exhausted, very tired, extremely tired. What do you advise her to make time for herself? I advise her, directly we can use like this, I advise her to have at least 3 breaks a day. Or if I were her, I would take 3 breaks a day. Yes, we will remember them. The giving advice, ways of giving advice, but we can directly use I advise her. Okay. Or she could have at least 3 breaks a day. Okay. James discusses an idea with his colleagues. Does he also discuss an idea with his other work fellows? Yes, of course. He also discusses an idea or any idea with his other work fellows, including his colleagues. Okay, thank you very much. I hope it was useful. And after this video, or in the next video, we will also make a video like this. We will talk about not the subject matters we don't know, but we will talk about and we will talk with the subject matters that we already know. Okay. And thank you again. I hope it was useful, and see you next time. Have a good day.